Hello, everybody. Super good morning to everyone. How's everyone doing? Kevin Chan here. 8:30 in the morning. I was reminded that this is 8:30 already. Right, 8:30 in the morning, and welcome to today's broadcast. We're gonna look at Feng Shui for the final month of the year of dragon. Right. So yeah, for those of you who are still a bit blur, right now is still year of dragon. Only February the 3rd, only we go into the year of snake. Okay, right? So this is the final month of the year of the dragon. And let's see what are the energy signature that is available. So if you can take a look at this, this particular month, the energy is all going back to the same location. So the year energy and the month energy is of 100% the same. Hello, good morning, Pepper. Hello, Cass. How are you doing? Hello, Jianho. How are you doing? Right, so this particular month, let's take a look at what are the palaces that you can fully utilize for the final of the month. Right, depending on what you still want to do. Hello, Lai Ping, how are you doing? Right, hopefully everybody. Hello, Jocelyn. Good morning to you all. Right, so welcome to the channel. Right, so let me just shrink myself down to the technically a bit more smaller version of myself. Then we will take a look. So as usual, getting in touch with me, Telegram is a good place for you to start off with. Right, so if you have a friend that is missing me. I still get a lot of messages from people that say that, oh, you were missing for some time, lucky I found you again. A lot of this. Right, so you got any of the friends that she still doesn't know that I still exist, right? So send them the Telegram link, or you can subscribe for the newsletter, right? So the newsletter, I focus on monthly forecast and also excursion related matter, right? So then have it, right? So and then there's the community channel, which is this particular channel that you're watching right now that I'm doing live, right? So it's the community channel. You need any community support, come and join the Facebook, have a bit of a chit chat with each other, right? So for those of you watching from YouTube, right, it's a video, all right? Right, so next thing, the version that I'm using for the flying star is actually called a purple white version, right? So purple white version is just basically got two number, right? Got two number, they call it the purple white version. So I'm stacking the year number and the month number together, right? So that you get a little bit of a more unique reading for the month, or else every single month the reading seems to be the same. All right, so and when we talk about activating the particular sector in Feng Shui, you can either physically locate yourself in that particular sector if you want the energy signature of that particular sector to assist you in your activity. Number two, you can use candle, right? So candle is another good source of energy activator, and also water. The commonality of these three is that they are called yang activity. Hello, Yan, how are you doing? Hello, Cindy. Right, so you can do any of it, right? So now this is the distribution for the month. So every single year, you would have a annual energy distribution. Then every single month, they will have another energy distribution that go into it. So when you stack the annual and the month together, right, so you get one version, which is called the purple white version. So that it give you a little bit of a different forecast for different palaces, right? So like this one is what we call a Fu Yin chart, right? So when things are same and the same, we call it Fu Yin. It's just a terminology, right? It's nothing special, right? So I always tell people, if you don't like the word Fu Yin, right, you can call it what we call ice cream. It doesn't matter, right? So you can call this the ice cream formation. It doesn't really matter anyway. Right, so this is Fu Yin. When it's two of it is of opposition of each other, we call it Fan Yin. Again, it's just terminology, right? So now we take a look at all the energy signature, right? So this particular month is the month of Ox. So Ox is in the northeast. So Ox is basically in the northeast. So we can start off with the entire thing of looking at the northeast sector, right? So northeast sector, right? So now the star number six belong to the metal energy. So when metal energy falls into the Earth Palace, so Earth produces metal. So you can see that this particular number 6 is called supported by the palace. So number 6 is the energy that has to do with leadership. It has to do with execution. So number 6 is the sword, right? It's the metal, is the sword. It's usually have to do with the leader, things like that, right? So which means that if let's say this particular month you want to enhance your leadership, as in you need to make certain decision, you need the courage, you need the boldness to basically do the decision making, you want to become the man, right? So you want to become the man, this is the palace you want to be in, right? You know, so you have to take a look at what actually you want to do, right? So you want to push certain agenda through. This would be a palace that's basically being used, right? So now star number 6 anyhow also is being a palace that has to do with power and authority. It is a little bit on the violent side, at least in the olden day, mean that you are willing to take up the sword and show people, you know, what is power. Hello Van, how are you doing? Hello Lai. Right, so this is the energy signature for the number 6. Right, so now then it's also correspond to the number 6 that is in the year. So which means that this energy is a little bit on the pure side, it's a little bit more on the more aggressive side, right? So no, those are the things that you need to bear in mind, right? So now nothing wrong with being aggressive, nothing wrong with being determined with the situation. Just remember, energy is good for a month, right? Which means after this month already, the situation changed. So you have to think of the aggression, the deterministic that you have. What is the long-term repercussion? Always think of it, right? So you're using 1 month energy. So it's always okay to push yourself to do something for your own. But when you are pushing other people to do something that may, even if it's good for the other person at that point in time, but you know, you need to be careful that the other person might come back and bite you eventually. All right, be careful of that, right? So for those of you who are looking for power and authority, you know, for those of you who are looking for control, for those of you who are looking for discipline, Northeast would be a good, what we call area for you to basically use. So for those of you who have Northeast as your Gua number, right? So your Gua is Gua 8, right? Gua 8 is Northeast. So this particular month, you will feel like you are more courageous. This particular month, you will feel like you are more deterministic. This particular month, you will feel like you have more ability to make decisions, especially those decisions that is a little bit more on the difficult side of things. You will have the ability to do so. So this is the energy effect, right? So like, of course, you know, if you take a look at it, you know, if let's say that your house, the Northeast happen to have a mountain, then the effect is further enhanced, refined, and is more, you will lean towards the more positive side of star number 6. Every single star also have a spectrum of negative characteristic and also positive characteristic. So, you know, it's like number 6, you know, if you want to say that, you know, this fella is very leadership, very powerful, it's correct. At the same time, you want to call this fella very draconian and aggressive, it's also the same thing, right? It achieves the same stuff, you know, you get things done. Right? You get things done, you make the decision, right? So if you are concerned of decision making, this is the month for you to do so. Right, so if you cannot decide on your New Year resolution, this is already the 6th day of the month, right? So according to statistic, New Year resolution lasts about 2 weeks. 99% of people would have abandoned their New Year resolution by the time it turns 2nd week. 3 months, almost everybody are already, you know, there's not many people who follow. Hello, Katerina, how are you doing? Right, so next one, let's take a look at, let's go in reverse order. Let's go to the north. Right, let's go to the north. So north got star number 8. You know, everybody loves star number 8. Right, because the star number 8 is always dubbed the wealth star, at least for the past 20 years. Right, so for the past 20 years, the star number 8 has been sang as the wealth star. Right, so now the star number 8 is basically the star of resilience, the star of hardworking, the star of responsibility, you know, so it governs all those characteristics. So when it fall onto the water palace, right? So this is a water palace, the north is a water palace. So you can see that the star number 8 is trying to control the palace. Right, so the palace is actually being controlled by the star number 8. So it is not an easy thing to do. Right? See this one, the palace, the water palace is actually the traveling palace. It has to do with connectivity. It has to do with spreading around. So if your objective for this particular year is to spread your effort a bit, so which means that you want to cover bigger ground, right? So you have got capacity. You know, you feel like got too much time in your hand, not enough thing to do. Right, so it's good for business expansion, right? So if you're looking for business expansion, right? So this would be the palace that, you know, I would be spending some of the time in, right? So now just remember, you expand your business. If you don't have the people to take the work, you will only make yourself less efficient. You will only give yourself more work. It just create more trouble for yourself, right? So no, that's the thing, right? So don't always think that oh no, this one is going to help me make more money because I can capture more market. Ask yourself first, do you have the capacity to capture more market or not? You only got 24 hours and one pair of hands. How much can you do? So if you don't have a competent team, right? You don't have a competent team, I give you the market, also no use. You can't support it, right? So no, like example I give some people is that some people went online, sell some stuff, and what happened is that suddenly a lot of people buy for some weird reason, right? So no, they don't have the capacity to even pack and ship the thing out. So what happened? You get into massive amount of trouble, right? What, you think your purchaser is gonna sit there and wait for you to be free, right? It's not gonna happen. They're gonna cancel the order, right? So and when you cancel the order, the platform is gonna penalize you. The platform that you use to what we call sell the stuff is gonna severely penalize you or something. So that's why you need to take a look at whether you have the capacity to do so. Cantonese said, "Mo tâm tai có thầu, mo tai cầm tai teng mo." If your head is not that big, don't go and take a hat that is bigger than your head. So when you wear that time, the entire head will cover you. Right? Don't do those kind of stuff, right? So although star number 8 is, is an effort star, right? So and then the star number 1 allow you to spread your effort so that you cover bigger ground. You need to take a look at whether your capacity is all right now. But overall, if your entire idea or your entire thing is about trying to cover more ground, this is a good combination for you to use to cover ground. Hello Eileen, hello Jezzo, how are you doing? Right, so now again, it all need to think of your personal objective, what you actually wanting to do, what are the direction that you want to go. You have to take a look at that before you can decide how to use the energy. The energy is there just to boost, just to increase the vibrancy, help you with the direction. So I always say that Feng Shui is somehow like the turbo button in the car. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, you hit the turbo button, right? You will just fly the car into the river, right? It doesn't help you at all. So you need to know very strategically to know that, I want to increase the direction for this particular purpose. And the energy signature is in this place, so I place myself in that particular sector or I activate that sector. And so that's what you basically would do. So it really depends on the objective that you're in. Right, so let's take a look at the Northwest, right? So the Northwest got star number 4. So the star number 4 is the information exchange star, right? So you call it the information exchange star, is the information star. A lot of times we use the star number 4 for academic purpose, right? So this one they call the Wen Chang or the academic star that we call it. Right, so so if you want to increase your information receiving flow, right? So if that is what you want to do, then you can use the star number 4, right? So you can use the particular star number 4. So the star number 4 right now is falling onto the metal sector. So metal will basically counter this particular element. Right, so it actually tells you that it helps you to refine the information that you receive. So remember, the Northwest is where originally star number 6 is. So it's the decision-making leadership star. So what happens when leadership decision-making is meeting with quality information, right? So which means that it makes you into a better, smarter leader. So you want to become a better, smarter leader. You want to, receive good quality information, right? Go to the Northwest sector. Northwest sector is where this particular energy is residing right now. So you will see that when you are using this particular sector, somehow you will receive more information. So if you are an actual decision maker, then that one assists you a lot in terms of making better quality decision for yourself. Right, so if that is the thing, right? So if let's say that you are doing you are, and I have to call it the investor. Right, the investor, you are somebody who know how to do your portfolio management, you know how to do your stock analysis, you know how to do your investment analysis. Like this particular sector will be the month that you will need to sit there to do all your analysis. So you will see that the quality of the decision that you are making, how you determine the information, where to find information, where the quality information come in, all this will start to increase. right? So it sits on top of your ability to do analysis. If let's say that you do not know how to do stock analysis one, you can sit here for the entire day, you will still not get any smarter. Hello, Steve, how are you doing? Good morning to you as well. Right, so no, that's one. Right, so now we love to use this for our student children. Children study right? Children study, they like to find the academic sector. Right, so this particular month, the academic star is in the Northwestern. Right, so you can stuff your children into the Northwestern sector for them to study. Right, so if they sit there and play game, it also doesn't help with the situation. It do not turn them into the studious type of person. It just turn the quality of the studies to become better. So if the person is not studying, no point, right? So if you play game, probably the fellow will play a better game. The fellow will understand the game better. If you're watching Netflix, then maybe you understand the plot of the show better. Right? Yeah. Right? You start to notice detail of the movie that last time you may have not noticed, right? So that's basically what is happening. So no, it depends on what you are doing. It's not absolutely gonna make you smart and things like that. If you're doing it in the wrong thing, right, not gonna happen, right? So West, no need to say the star number 5 coming back to this particular place, and the star number 5 is Earth. Star Earth is further gonna strengthen the palace. Earth produces matter, further strengthen the palace. So originally, this particular palace is already the palace of communication. Tui Gua is talking, by the way. Tui Gua is talking, right? So the star number 7 has been dealt, the dispute star. So it further enhances that particular quality, too much talking, too much dispute, everything, it on the extreme negative side is super lying, right? So I don't know why you want to use this particular palace. Unless your entire purpose is that I just want to dispute with people. Right, your entire purpose is that you want to dispute with people, right? So probably one profession that can use this particular palace is lawyer, right? Your case become more and more complicated, right? So now you need to understand a lot of lawyer, their objective is not to win the case. The objective is to drag the case. The longer you drag the case, the more money you can charge your client. Hey, hello. Right. So that's basically the situation, So if every single lawyer right now is basically have to take responsibility of the case, right? So which means that you are paid a flat amount, a flat rate, no matter how many times you need to appear in court. I tell you, all the lawyer will become very efficient. Right? Every single lawyer will become super efficient. Right? So that's the problem with paying people on an hourly rate, is that they will usually drag. Right? So now a lot of what we call the construction job out there, sometimes you feel like, why does the construction take so long? Because the construction people is paid by day. So if you're paid by day, right, would you work faster or work slower? Right? The more day you work, the more pay you get, Right? So you see the incentive is basically wrong. So that's why you get the wrong thing. Right? But anyway, West, avoid like plague, right? So 5 stacking on 5 would not be fun for you to be there. It's very difficult to handle, this sort of energy signature. Then you have your Southwest got star number 9. Now star number 9 is actually right now they call it the well star for period 9. Right? For every single period, they usually call the energy of the period, which is the most timely one, the star number 9, as the well star. So that's why when you take a look at it, some would say that 8 is the well star, some would say that 8 and 9 is the well star. Doesn't matter. The star is vibrant. By the way, the star number 9 is in charge of attention. So it's a star of brightness. It's a star that give you the classical text call this a celebrative star. Hei Heng, right? Hei Heng is basically celebration. It's called the celebrative star, right? So the celebration star. So the star number 9 further enhances the palace. So fire enhances earth, right? So right now the Southwest is basically the palace that is in charge of cultivating growth, right? So growth. So just imagine farmland, right? So always tell people farmland. The job of farmland is to take care of the seed while the seed grow. So it's also the well star for period 9. right? So the wealth star for period 9 is also star number 2, right? So the nature of wealth change in period 9. In period 8, the nature of wealth is you go and discover. So it's like a mountain, you go inside and dig for the gold, you find the gold, you discover the gold, you become rich. For star number 2 is more like plantation cultivation. You want to be rich, you need to plant your tree. So the entire process of planting tree, the initial part of it is very difficult. You need to, take care of the seed, let the tree grow. But once the tree grow already, it will give you unlimited amount of return. So, the energy signature is more like what we call a compound interest type of signature. So that's why in period 9, if you are very good at investment, period 9 is a very good period for investment. So period 9 also represent market, the share market. Okay. So far, one never be a monkey. Huh? What do you mean by one never be a monkey star, Charlie? Don't understand your question. Why suddenly got monkey coming in? Feng Shui no monkey. Right, so anyway, for those of you who want to increase your attention, especially that, those people who want to build an audience, build community, this combination is a good combination for you to have. Star number 1 will never be a money star. Wait for period 1. Right, wait for period 1. Period 1, then star number 1 will be the most what we call prominent star. Right, so but you just need to match back the activity, you see. Right, so star number 9 is the star of celebration and also the star of attention. So if you do activity that a lot has to do with celebration, attention, you make money. People want celebration, people want attention. Simple as that. Right, so you give people what they want. Right, so like star number 1 is the star of travel and connection. If star number 1 you are able to provide travel connection to people, you win. That's all. It's pretty simple. Don't get things very complicated. Right, so it just tell you the energy signature. So back to star number 9, right? So if you are, somebody who's gonna build a community for yourself, right? So this is it, right? So yeah, by the way, building community is a very important activity in period 9, right? So if you really want to have long-term prosperity, right? So it's time for you to build a community. Right, so let's take a look at the South. South got star number 7, right? So the relationship star number 7 is metal, right? So and then South Palace is fire. Those 7 go into the fire palace. So this particular 7 not very functioning, which is good, right? So because the number 7 right now is really in a period whereby it is it cannot function too well. It cannot function too well mean that the negative aspect of it is under control, right? So star number 7 is communication. So palace, fire palace give you attention. So this one can actually help you in terms of improving eloquency of what we call communication. So I give example, the written example is like a DJ, right? So it's a DJ, the DJ job is to control the crowd. Right, you've been to those disco party, the DJ is the one that will control the behavior of the crowd. So the star number 7 is the star of communication. Again, 对卦, right? 对卦is the voice, right? So communication, all this, right? So star number 7 also is because of the 对卦is young girl, right? So this is young girl in a party. Ooh, crazy. Anything is possible. Right, so depending on what you want to do, so like this one also star number 7 again, lawyer can use. Right, so because the nature of the job of the lawyer is actually to you don't want to say is to negotiate and talk to people. That's the nature of job of the lawyer. So they can use this particular star in a positive manner, or at least a manner that help them in their profession. So every single star also assists a certain profession. So if you happen to be in that particular profession, then you are able to use the star, right? So it's just that most of them may not be in that particular profession, right? So that's why we are not trained to use that particular star. Right, so this is star number 7, right? So if you try to improve your eloquency, right? So you want people to see you, right? So you want people to see you, you want people to listen to you, you want people to pay attention to you. This is the palace for you to use. So now again, it allowed you the audience, all right? So but it doesn't guarantee the quality of thing that come out from your mouth, you see. Right, so if you are somebody who is empty, right, really doesn't really have much content, you go and use the star number 9, right? So you go and use star number 9, you're just going to get yourself exposed. People will be able to see you as who you are, right? So, don't think that, oh, star number 9, I'm going to get famous. You might get famous for the wrong purpose. Right? So really, it all depends on how you handle the situation. Right, so let's take a look at the south. East got star number 2, right? So star number 2, a lot of people, when they look at it, oh, you're going to get sick. Right, so the star number 2 lands in the what we call the wood palace. So the wood counter, the star number 2, so this particular star also cannot function too much, right? It cannot function too much, so the palace is under control, right? So just now I explained to you the star number 2 is actually the default wealth star for the next 60 years. Yeah, next 60 years, right? So each of these wealth star, which is 8, 2, and 5, will reign supreme for the next 60 years. Right, so why the Earth star is called the wealth star? Because everything comes from Earth. Everything that you have right now comes from Earth. Okay, pretty simple, right? So so that's why the Earth is having that particular thing. It's just that the nature of the wealth changes, right? So star number 8 is those kind of wealth whereby you keep and you get discovered. That is the star number 8. So star number 2 is you culture and you develop. Right, so that's why you need to know how to culture and also develop your talents, culture and develop your community. Everything's required some time, some investment. Right, so so if you sit in the southwest, whether south to talk, southwest, west, I think got southwest, south to talk, to write, to post on social media. Yeah, you can do that. Yes, you can do that. If you want better visibility on the things that you are writing on, right? So then you can do that. So like for example, if the south is better for gossip material. So yeah, if you're just writing for tabloid related gossip material, so most of the thing in Facebook most of the thing that you post in Facebook, is for gossip material. So if you are trying to build a community, southwest will make more sense. If you're just trying to build sensation, then the south will make more sense. So it can depend. Right, so if you are publishing a newspaper, right, so you just want sensation one, you're not building a community, right? So then go and use south, right? So you see your objective matter in terms of how you strategize yourself for feng shui, right? So feng shui is not something that I see in the wealth sector, I'm going to get rich. If your activity has nothing to do with money, you'll just get tired, right? Confirm will get tired. Okay, so last sector is the east sector. So the east sector got star number 1. So star number 1 is the star of community, communication. Is the star of connectivity. Is the star that move thing around because it's the water star, right? So the water star, water further enhances the wood palace. Right, so the wood palace originally is actually called the resiliency soldier palace, right? So the soldier palace, right? So it's the palace that cannot die. Just like soldier, 555, fall down, stand back, 555, fall down, stand back. So the one and also the east palace combination is very good for sending soldier out for long-term conquests. Yeah, last time you want to attack somebody, you need to go for a very long conquest. So just to march the soldier to the door of the place that you're trying to conquer, that one is a big job already, right? So this one is easy to send soldier all over the places, right? So if you want to expand your footprint, if you want people to know that you're around, right? So you want to establish that trade route with people, then east is a good palace for you to be in. Right, so you want to make more friends, get greater network with people, right? So you want to do that. Basically, is that you want your name, or you sometimes call the fame, your reputation to spread to a different places. You can use this particular palace, right? So this is the palace that you can right now utilize to spread, right? So that's why I say that it depends on how you want the energy signature to work. You use the palace that is what we call relevant, right? So for this particular month, the East Palace is pretty good. Just tell you first, the East Palace is pretty good because I'm superimposing this with the Qi. So if you remember, if you are looking at the Qi energy, right? So the Qi energy, the East Palace is pretty good, right? So if you use the East Palace more, you would have the additional benefit of, you know, also receiving the boost from the qi side. So you have qi and also feng shui stacking with each other. That would basically help. But the entire idea is to improve network. If your objective is not to improve your networking, you know, and improving networking has absolutely no help to you. Right, like for example, you're a what we call your accountant sitting in the accounting department trying to balance the accounting sheet. Star number one is not going to help you at all. Right, star number one won't be able to balance the accounting sheet for you. That one, maybe star number 4 can help you a lot. Right, so you know, depending, right? So it really depending on what you are doing. But you know, if you have nothing else to do this particular month, you know, I call this celebration month. Right, so everybody seems to be in celebrative mode, you know, nobody want to do anything, so it's a good month to do visitation. Chinese New Year ma, right? Chinese New Year end of this month, 29th, 30th, right? So it's basically Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year time, go and visit your, what we call your relative, go and visit some of your old friends, you know, do some of your alumni, organize some of your alumni meeting. Right, so you see them, you talk, see any possible projects that you can work together with them. Right, so you know, yeah, you know, next year I am running about, I think, 3 projects that I'm trying to get it done. See whether the relevant partner can swallow or not. If they cannot swallow, also I cannot do much. Right, so that's why. What if I'm selling fruits online? Best to use which sector? What is Sakura Mikam? Although right, Mabel. Right, so now again, when you're selling thing online, right, what seems to be the problem? If you have already have the sales coming in and transport is your problem, then star number 1 is what you want to do. If nobody even know that you are selling anything, then use star number 9. So I don't know which problem that you actually have. Right, so you know, you just want to be very hardworking, then use star number 8. Right, hardworking mean that packing, all those kind of stuff, then use star number 8. Right, so many sectors to visit, can be east, can be southwest. Right, so yeah, depend. Right, so it depends on what you want to do. Right, so because it really depends on your objective. The energy are neutral. Right, the energy are neutral. There's no one energy that is, you know, suitable for everything. It really depends on what you want to use. Right, so except for star number 5. Star number 5 very difficult to use. Okay, up until today also I tell you it's super difficult to use star number 5. All right, so that's it guys. See you all. Bye.